Hey everybody, Pinstripe here. What is up? Today I've got some gameplay here for you on Frostfight. We have a 1v1v1v1. It is 4 orderlies that are battling it to the death with this Arctic survival. And we're not going to be focusing too much on the gameplay in this video because, as you would expect from the video title, we are going to be talking about MOMA Reversal. For those of you that are not too familiar with MOMA in competitive, the obvious strategy for a lot of comp players when they are bringing a medic in their lineup is for the medic to go first in order to gain the early turn advantage of walking up to your opponent and shooting them in the face with a tranquilizer. Of course, you maintain a body block as well, because in gaining the turn you also ensure that should the enemy try to damage your own medic, they will most likely hit their own med in the process. I mean, it's a bit confusing, I guess, with the gameplay because there are 4 teams rather than 2, but you get the gist, right? If you start with a medic, your main objective is to find and locate either the other enemy medic or the most valuable target on the other team if there isn't an enemy medic to go for, and to gain that early skip turn. Now that works, of course, in the long run, but what a lot of players seem to trip up on, and I of course have been subject to this issue before as well, is that the MOMA can be reversed if the turn order is minimized, i.e. if you end up killing your opponent's pig too quickly. And this occurs when you have killed an enemy pig within the first 5 turns. So if you have started a match, if you have gained the MOMA, so if you are the player that goes first, you gain the MOMA, but then over the next 3 or 4 turns you end up killing another enemy pig, the MOMA can be reversed, because bearing in mind, if you are shooting the pig that is meant to be taking their turn with the tranquilizer, they will automatically skip, so the freeze effect is removed from that pig. You then go ahead and kill, say, pig number 4 or 5 that's in the turn order. The order will then, of course, return to the opposite medic before your own, meaning that the MOMA is then reversed. So you kind of need to hold fire within the first 5 turns of dealing damage too quickly, because again, I have done this on many occasions where if I gain the MOMA early, I will then turn my attention to the secondary most important pig, which will usually either be the Grenadier or the Scout, and normally I will end up killing them and lose my MOMA in the process. So, as with every video, as we say at this point in every video, it is a double-edged sword in that, yeah, okay, you've removed one enemy pig from the battlefield, but in the long run you have removed your own ability to tranquilize and remove the enemy's ability to heal via their own medic. Now, it's not always guaranteed that you losing the MOMA through that reversal will impact you too badly in the long run, because if you have paratroopers, if you have classes that can break apart that MOMA for you to then be able to target or even poison the enemy medic, then that is always the best bet. You need to be prepared for when the MOMA switches, for when you have killed an enemy pig, because it doesn't always have to be within the first 5 turns. It can happen at any point during a game, depending on the turn order, depending on who you have killed, and yeah, it's just something that you really need to keep on top of as a pro player. The best piece of advice I can give if you have managed to get the MOMA early on at the start of the game is to then distribute the damage equally across all remaining enemy pigs. Obviously you don't want to kill them yet, you want to ensure that you have used all of your tranquilizers before any of the enemy pigs have died. That way that obviously, you know, you're just reducing the damage numbers, the health pool that they have, and making it easier for you to then clean up in the long run. Again, this is very much easier said than done a lot of the time, because there are just so many other factors involved. There's so many ways that the MOMA can be countered now, and as the seasons have gone on, we have had the introduction of newer maps that include other methods of healing, whether they be buildings in tents and stuff, or just pickups that can be collected that contain methods of healing that can remove the tranquilizer entirely, and it doesn't have to rely on just the medic's healing hands in order to remove it and help out your own med in the process. So yeah, biggest piece of advice would be to get the MOMA early, get those skips in, utilize every single tranquilizer you have, but also don't forget that on that final tranquilizer you want to be removing the body block, moving away from the medic, and then hitting him with the tranq. Because if you maintain the body block while you are using that final tranquilizer, you don't allow any other pig on your team really to deal damage to the med after that, because you are still maintaining the body block. So unless you want to hit your own medic in the process, I suggest that you run away to a distance that is decent enough that you can still maintain the shot, get the shot in, and then you basically leave that medic open to be hit by any other pig on your team to finish him off, because you want to ensure that, again, you have used every single tranquilizer available, that the enemy medic hasn't been able to take a single turn, and that you are able to kill him before he is able to do anything, really. Because as soon as an enemy medic is able to get their claws into you, if they still have roughly 60 to 70 HP's worth of HP remaining once they're able to take their turn, that is a big worry. Like, if you're not able to kill them in a single turn, then you will have a problem, and that will gain the foothold back for your opponent, because, well, tranquilizers are a big pain in the butt. But I guess we can be thankful that there is no freeze gas. I've tried in many occasions to get the freeze gas in there in some way, whether it be a crate or something, but when we look at the like poison tricks that people can do, when we look at the trick shots of hitting multiple targets, the freeze gas is just too overpowered in that regard. Bearing in mind as well that it deals 20 HP's worth of damage too, so you're basically shooting them in the face with a pistol or a regular rifle, but obviously it's gas, and they lose a turn. Man, I would love to see it included in maps, but the viability of it when it comes to balance is just impossible in certain regards, and that is one of the reasons why we actually removed it on Chill Hill, because you can find it on that map just below the artilleries, and yeah, we had to say goodbye to that. But either way, this video is slowly coming to a close. I hope you guys enjoyed just a short commentary wanting to talk about the MOMA Reversal. And of course, if you have any questions relating to the MOMA or any of the terminology in the competitive scene for Hogs of War, then feel free to ask away in the comments, because there will be many that will help you, myself included. But as with this video, it is going to end in the most weird fashion, be that with the rifle burst, because a single hit onto Ginger ensures that the double kill is achieved and Bobby Jim is victorious. But weirdness aside, and giant explosion to finish, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys later for the next one. Peace out, everybody.
Destination.